So now with this song, the very first part of the song, the intro starts is like Jesus promise. All those little movements, that's extra. So the main part of the song is, boy. So to have a better understanding of how the song works, you have to actually start with the bare bone minimum. Okay, bare bone minimum. You want to make sure that you have an understanding of where the chords come from in order to see the chords that you want to create. Okay, everything. Okay, one of the things to remember: all major scales are the foundation to all scales. All major chords are the foundation to all chords. So playing a chord in the root position actually locks you into the ability to understand how a chord is actually created and where you can take the chord. Okay, that's what we want to focus on: where you can take the chord. Okay, now so the beginning of the song, Jesus promised He'll take care of me. Ba-da. Right? Now, with that being said, so you go through the scale. You got to actually approach the scale like this: numbers. Now, if you don't know your scales, that's fine. I have a class I'm going to start teaching it live. I'm going to do one-on-one with students. I see the things on YouTube. Those are great. I commend the people that put them together and the time they put in and the information they have accessible to you. But the thing is that becomes an issue is when you don't understand, period, anything. So following a YouTube video is great if you understand the information that you're getting. If you don't understand what you're talking about, it's not beneficial to you, right? So if somebody gives you an airplane, a private airplane, they give it to you. They say, this is yours, it's paid for. Now, the thing is, you're only going to be able to drive it when you take some lessons and actually get your pilot's license. But before that, it's just there. It's not really, it's kind of like useless because you can't really do anything with it. So having the ability to play chords is great, but understanding what you're playing, it takes it to a new level, okay? So a song like this, you'll be able to translate it to another key with no issues, because you don't want to go from one key to the next key and lack the vibrance or the meat or the fat chords and the great movements when you go to the next key, because that tells everybody that's listening you don't really know that key, right? So we want to make sure we understand how to go from key to key and sound the same or sound similar, okay? But if you sound similar, it's because you're choosing to, not because you can't play the way you did prior, okay? Now back to the song. The song is in the key of, well, the one I'm playing is C sharp. There's a formula for it, but we're not going to go over that. That's not what this video is for. Now, we're basing it on the numbers. So C sharp is 1, D sharp is 2, E sharp is 3, F sharp is 4, G sharp is 5, 6 is A sharp, and then 7 is B sharp, and then C sharp is 1 or 8, okay? Now, the way the song starts off with that whole, right? The first chord that you see here, as you see on the screen, is an E flat minor, okay? E flat minor is a part of the scale, the C sharp major scale. So that being the case, C sharp major, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now I'm gonna give you a little tidbit that I like to use with all my students. 1, 4, and 5 are always major. 2, 3, and 6 are always minor. And then 7 is always diminished, okay? Now, so if the 2 is the E flat or the D sharp in this particular situation, because we're in the key of C sharp. So if you have a sharp, you want to keep it sharp. You have flat, so you want to keep it flat. So in the key of C sharp, everything is it's going to be sharp, not flat. We're not doing it the typical D flat major way. We're doing it the C sharp. You got to know both. You got to be versatile, okay? All right, now, So that chord is going to be a E flat or a D sharp minor, okay? 2, 3, and 6 are minor. 1, 4, and 5 are always major, okay? So now that's the 2. So in minor chords, if you hear minor chord, the minor chord is typically a chord that sounds sad. So Jesus promised, and then it goes to what I call, or it's called based on the actual scale, 1, 2, 3, 4, F sharp over G sharp. It's called I like to call it a turnaround. Most people call it a turnaround, and it goes that way, and then it goes back to the 1, which is the C sharp major. Okay, that's the first phrase, and so we're gonna go over the next phrase in the next video. Small tidbits, understanding. So 2, 4 over 5 to 1. So 4 over 5 back to the 1. Okay? All right. See you in the next video. Stay with me. I want you to practice each one of these parts, then we move to the next part, okay? All right. See you guys then.